Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective tarot for today. Today is Monday, April 28th, 2025. You may follow me on the book, the talk, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the fan base. No, why did I say that? Scratch that. You may follow me on the talk, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the Pinterest, or my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Link is down below. See, I don't really like saying that either. I don't like link in the bio. I don't like link down below. All right, you got okay. I'm just saying it this like one last time. It's always going to be in the bio. It's always going to be down below. Okay, I'm not saying it again because I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like it, and it's not because I think it's too forceful. Like, hey, look at my shit. No, I don't know. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way it like. I don't know. I don't like it. All right, enough of that. take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. Whatever does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. You know my boy, Rob Berthelman, intuitiveintention.com, Intuitive City Oracle, or you can find this in the TikTok shop for however long TikTok is around. I gained like 30 followers in the last week on TikTok. It's not my best run, but it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. And I had a few fall off because I had a bunch come on, and then I must have had a few fall off because there wasn't much of a difference. But I always like to look at that stuff. It's just interesting to me. Humans are interesting to me. Everything about humans is interesting to me. I should have been a psychologist. I really should have. You know, I once told someone who I thought was a friend that I was going to go to school to be a psychologist. I think I told you guys this. And she told me I was too old to go back to school. I stopped talking to her for a long time. And then I saw her at one of my other jobs like years later. And she wanted a discount. And I kept thinking, like, why would I give you a discount? Like, you're an a-hole. Like, you're brutal with people. Like, seriously. Like, so rude. And I don't even really realize if she realizes how rude it was what she said to me. Her name is Karen O'Leary. I don't know if she still lives there, but she used to live in Libertyville, Illinois. And I always thought she was a sweetheart until she told me that, and I was like, would you tell your own daughter that? Like, what? Like, I'm too old to go to school to be a psychologist, but there's like 80-year-old, 90-year-old people becoming engineers every day. Like, make it make sense to me. I probably would not have gone to school to be a psychologist because I don't like school. I was not meant to sit in a classroom all day. Just like I've now come to believe I just was not meant to have a regular job. I almost threw a tantrum at work today. Like, I had to hold it in really bad. I mean, that was just my own OCD, but still. We got one on the table. Two on the table. Three on the table. One major. Three on the table, one major. Okay, it's all about creativity. Like, every reading is about creativity. What is going on out there? Don't get me wrong, I love it. I think it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I would rather see readings about creativity and, business and goals and healing than lovers BS any day. And no, that is not the jaded Kim in me. Because I said before, like, I want love. I don't feel like we need to talk about it every day. Like, oh, they left me. And da, 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 da. Do we need to be reminded of that every day, every second of the day? All right, we got 5 on the table, 2 major, no reverse. Six on the table. Ooh, what? Okay, are you trying to talk yourself out of this? Don't do that. Do not do that. 7 on the table. Okay, 7, 2 major. Let me, we're going to do 2 more shuffles. 2 more shuffles. 8 on the table. My neighbors are playing the music, man. Ooh. Oh. 8 on the table, 3 major. We got 1 more shuffle here. 1 more shuffle. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to show it to you like that, too. Okay. Ooh. We got 10 on the table. We have 1, 2, 5 majors. Top of the deck. Holy Top of the deck is the Tower, the Star. And 2 of Swords. Ooh. This actually kind of goes along with the read, honestly. It's like the short, condensed version of the read. All right, I'm setting that over there. Okay, here we go. Y'all. We got 6 of Wands. We've got the fabulous King of Wands. We've got the World. And I'm just going to say this, like, I don't know if I've ever said this before. We've got Wheel of Fortune. You'll sometimes see a lot of readers be like, oh, the Queen of Swords is this, and the King of Wands is this. And that's fine. Like, I understand that specific cards have specific meanings, and like the King, the Queen, the Page, I understand. Like, they have meanings in regards to almost like people, personalities. I get it. I just don't look at the cards like that. I just don't. Like, I just feed off the energy I get. I don't feed off of, like, oh, the Queen of Wands in reverse is a whore. Like, that's not. I mean, if that's what I feel or I see or I hear, then yes. But I don't automatically just assume, like, oh, that Page of whatever, they're a real loser. They're not doing anything. And I'm not trying to downplay other readers. I don't look at the cards like that. So if you ever wonder why I don't call out like a King of Swords or a Queen of this or whatever, it's because I don't look at it like that. King of Swords. We got 9 of Swords. We got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Devil. We've got the Hierophant, and it was slightly in the reverse. We're going to talk about it because I don't really consider it in the reverse. I think both sides of the coin, both sides of the card, if you will, are true. And then bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. King, queen, whatever. Shit, half the time I feel like a king. Why did I just think of George from Seinfeld where he goes, the master of my domain? Or George or Jerry says, "Oh, you're the master of your domain." Or where does Kramer say that to him? Somebody says it to George, I think. I love that show. Feminine, masculine, takeout resonates. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing is somebody like doing really well for themselves. And again, the creativity. Like what is like and I just said this in the collective because it was in the reading. Like people are at an all-time high for their creativity right now. And I don't know if it's the moon energy. I don't know if it's like the energy. I don't know if it's spring, and all the ideas come in spring. Everything is sprouting and growing after a long winter. Take how it resonates. I don't know. But it's like someone, I think I said this the other day, like someone has the world at their feet. But whoever this person is, it's like somebody getting ready to go through a cycle, like they're ending a good cycle and they're going to go through another good cycle. But whoever this is, it's almost like somebody talking themselves out of continuing. So this would be like if you're a musician and you haven't written an album, you haven't had a new album in like 10 years, right? 15 years, 20 years, whatever. And you put this album together, you have all these songs, you got the album together, and then you're like, I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if I want to release it. I might just sit on it a while. It's almost like somebody talking themselves out of doing something that could be really great. And here's the thing, when you judge yourself in terms of success, I'm gonna say this. Judge yourself on how it makes you feel. Whatever you're putting out, whatever you're working on, judge yourself on how it makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, that is your success. I say this all the time. What is abundance to you? Is it money? Like this person doing this album, if they put it out and it only makes, like 200 grand between the stores, between Apple, iTunes, whatever, it only makes 200 grand. Is that success to you? Is that abundance to you? Because let me tell you this, if I watched an artist be dormant with ideas for 10, 15, 20 years and they put out an album and I buy it, or even if there's like two or three songs out of all 12 songs, 15 songs, whatever, and I absolutely love them, to me, I look at that album as a success. How would you look at it? You think that's a complete and utter failure? You think only making $200,000 on an album after being on a hiatus for 10, 15, 20 years is a failure? Because to me, that's success. Like you're literally putting your foot back in the door. You're saying, I'm still here. I still know music. I'm still relevant. Listen to me. And you put it out there. That artist making 200 grand is more than what they would have made if they just sat on the album for another year. I'm just saying. Base your idea of success on how you feel. I got to tell you guys, when I started my YouTube channel for Tarot and Oracle, I was like, okay, maybe people will buy, call and want reads, email and want reads. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Like I'm going to start my business, see what happens. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't love getting on here and doing what I do. To me, the way that makes me feel, that is success. And I've told you guys this before. I have not done one personal. It's been over a year. I have not done one personal for anybody. Nobody has emailed me, nothing. I still consider myself pretty fucking successful. I love doing this. I absolutely love doing this. If I work at my job for the next 30 years until I retire, I probably have to work 40, let's be honest, and I do this every day, I would consider myself grateful, humbled, and absolutely favored and loved by God if He were to let me do this for the rest of my life without anybody buying or reading. To me, this is success. And I'm not saying it's wrong to want money, to want to make money. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, again, what do you think is abundance? What do you think is successful? Because whoever this is, the world at your feet, and you're leaving one good cycle to go into another cycle in your life, and it's going to be just as good, if not better. And now you're rethinking it. Now you're like, well, maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe I want to wait. Why are you letting in the doubt? Like, why are you doubting yourself? Let me say this. I'm 4 chapters away from finishing my book. My book will be published. Absolutely. Sometime this year, or by the end of the year, let's just say. I'm aiming for summer, fall, but it could be later. Who knows? It will be published. If it does not sell one fucking copy, I wrote that. I published that. It is out there for people to buy and read, whether they do or not. That is my accomplishment. That is something I've been working towards for 45 years. So yeah, I fucking feel successful. I don't know. The Hierophant. The Hierophante. The Terry Belafonte. You have to believe in yourself, first of all, right? In the upright, you have to believe in yourself. And whatever this is, you have to rebel against. That's why I said this is all true. Right here, this is all true. It doesn't matter. You got to knock this shit out of your head. And it's funny because I've talked to you about my book before, and I have, I wouldn't say doubts, but I have reservations. Like I just said, I would like to have it published summer, fall, but it might be later. It could be next year, for all I know, by the time it gets published. It could cost more money. It could cost less. The editing process might be a nightmare. I don't know. But I'm willing to put up with those punches. I'm willing to go with the ebb and flow of what it takes to get that book published, because I will get that fucking book published if it's the last fucking thing I do on this earth. And I'm not kidding. Like my drive, my desire to do that, not for anybody else, but for myself, that is all I think about, is getting that fucking book published. And I will. There is no ifs, ands about it. I will. I am. Like, there's nothing else for me to think about there. Like, it's happening. And I don't give a shit if somebody reads it and says this is crap. I'm publishing it. I wrote it. It came from my heart. It came from my mind. I'm publishing it. If it's a flop, it's a flop. To me, it's successful. To me, I spent the last little over a year writing 3 short stories to combine them into one book. Originally, I was thinking comic books, but, I changed my mind. I have no regrets. And like I said, even if it ends up costing me more money to publish it, and when I say it costs me money, it's because I plan on self-publishing it. Like, I don't really think anybody would pick it up. And even if they did, like, what kind of deal are you going to make me? Because if I self-publish it myself, I can control what goes on with the book. So I'm just saying, if it costs more, if it takes longer to edit it, if it takes longer to get it published, then so be it. Then so be it. Like I said, I'm willing to roll with the punches. It will be published. Don't doubt yourself. I mean, like a little bit of, like wondering. Don't call it doubt. Don't throw that label out there, but wondering, I can see. Whoever this is, whatever is meant for them is coming. So even if you don't listen to me, even if you are the biggest doubter out there, I don't even know if that's a word. Doubted? Is that like Downton Abbey? Doubted Abbey? I'm a nerd, I know. Even if you have doubt, even if you have reservations, even if you can't picture it, whatever you have coming for you is coming for you. And I meant that in a good way. I think I've said this before. My ex-cousin-in-law, my ex-husband's cousin, her parents got divorced when I think she was in college, and her younger brother was middle school, high school. I think she was in college, like her first year of college or something. Her parents got divorced, which was kind of a shock. It was kind of a surprise. And obviously, I wasn't in the family then. But she made the comment that her father once told her, "What are you saving your money for? Why do we build savings, build 401ks, buy CDs?" And I don't mean music, even though I love music. I mean, like, investments. Why do we invest our money? Why do we hoard our money? Why do we deny ourselves those simple pleasures? Because at the end of the day, you can't take your money with you. If you go, you don't get to take your money with you. And yeah, you can say, "Oh, I'm leaving a legacy for my kids, my grandkids. I want to leave them something." How about you leave them the knowledge of hard work? How about you leave them the knowledge of figure it out, kid? And I'm not saying that to be a hard ass. I'm saying that seriously. Like, how about you teach your kids and your grandkids to make their own footprint, to build their own legacy? Why do we think we're going to take our abundance with us? We don't. If money is what's stopping you from doing something, figure it out. I don't let money stop me from doing stuff. I've told you guys before, I'm very lucky to have the job that I have. If I wanted to pick up overtime, I'm sure I could kiss some booty and get some overtime. I probably wouldn't even need to kiss some booty. If I said I would work Sundays, I probably could work Sundays. It's just writing the book and doing all the things I've been doing this past spring, and honestly kind of going on another aspect of my healing journey, right? Another leg of my healing journey. I just didn't want to put in the time. I had to do some mandatory overtime at the beginning of April, which was fine. But once I finish writing the book, um, there's going to be some lag time there. I always want to give myself some breathing room before I start something else. I need to paint, see if I can paint my cover for my book. But other than that, I'm going to have a little downtime. So I might pick up overtime so I can make extra money if I need extra money for the book. If I need extra money for food, for for cat litter, which is expensive as hell. Like I could technically go out there and get a part-time job if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like I have 3 days off a week. If I could find a little part-time job somewhere for like 6 hours on Saturday, Sunday and be off Wednesday or whatever, like I could do that. You know? Like I have the opportunity, I have the options to make more money if I need more money. I'm lucky like that. It's fate and destiny, but whatever. I know some of you believe in luck. You can always make more money. If that's what's going on here. I'm just saying. I don't know that is, but if that's what's going on, you can always find ways to make more money. Preferably not theft or hooking. I'm just saying. But that's between you and God. That has nothing to do with me. Because it kind of gives that vibe too with the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, kind of like somebody being like, well, I can't go any further because I don't have the time or I don't have the money, or like there's an excuse. But it's like it says it on the card, rational and practicality. It's like somebody being able to reason something away, like, oh, I can't do it because of this, when in reality it's like you can't do it because you say you don't have a car, but your neighbor works from home and never uses their car. You can't borrow it if you promise to put gas in it. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like someone trying to reason away being able to do something when in reality, like, the simple solution is right there. And again, for someone it might involve actual money. Like I said, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I'm going to worry about it when I'm in the moment. You know, I'm going to edit my book. I'm going to go through all 3 books and re-edit them again before I find an editor and send it to an editor. And then they're going to edit it and I'm going to pay them. And supposedly that is the most expensive part of publishing your book, is paying an editor to edit your book. Apparently, that's what I heard. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. And it's funny because I went to breakfast with my friend on Saturday morning, and she has this amazing vacation planned in Ireland with some of her girlfriends, and she was telling me that I think she wants to go to like Michigan this year and back up to northern Wisconsin or something. I can't remember. She said something. Two like little weekendish kind of road trips. Oh, there's the black kitty. And I think she was hoping that like I would go with her. The thing is I am putting all my money towards the book. So if I don't have enough money for the book and I need to make more money for the book, then I'm going to have to work and I'm not going to have money or time to go on vacation. And even if I were, it would probably be more like fall, late fall, you know? So I've just made a commitment to myself that it's the book and that's it. Like, that's all that's in my head. Whoever this is, if this is you, you need to make that commitment to yourself. Whatever you're working on, you're going to stick with it. All right. I'm going to let it go at that because I rambled on for long enough. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope you all have a great day or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.